So we're doing another one for Small Business Saturday, and I decided to highlight this week my friend Pam. She sells paparazzi jewelry. I usually like to do 2 nails, so the first nail I'm going to do similar to this. It's going to be what we like to refer to as Pam's Pink, which is a Valentino Beauty Pure gel polish color. It is number 154, and it is from the Miami Vibes collection. I'm also going to use, for the first nail anyways, another VBP gel color, and it is number 168. And it is trying to get it, I'll get it to focus. It's a kind of holographic one. It's got some glitter in it. The next one I'm going to use, and this will be the last color I use for this particular nail. It's going to be black, and it is number 048. And it is also Valentino Beauty Pure. So what I'm going to start off with, I'll turn my light on. Make a mess. Make sure that's working. Yep. Okay. So what I'm going to start off, when you're doing little demo nails like this, you don't have to do a base coat, but I like doing it anyways, because I'm going to give these nails to this particular person when I see her this weekend. So I'm going to do a quick base coat. And the base coat will ensure that the color and all the artwork that I do stays on. Try to get it to level out a little bit so we don't have streaky lines or air bubbles. Put that away. I'm going to put that in for 30 seconds. All right, once that is cured, I'm going to take my 154, which is, it's a hot pink color. Start down here. A nice little coat on there. Grab a little more. Bit of a messy painter, so I get it all over myself. I'm just going to take a cleanup brush. I'm just going to clean up around here a little bit. And this is a Kirsty Meakin art brush. It is the Cassidy One Stroke. I'm just cleaning up that edge just a little bit. All right, I'm gonna put this in for 60 seconds. Because with the more opaque colors, you need a little bit more curing time. So you go with 60 seconds just to be sure. Right, so once that has cured for 60 seconds, I'm gonna do a second coat. Now you can't really tell quite yet, but it's not like a true color, which means it's not completely opaque, and I want it to be completely opaque. So a second coat usually gives it that nice, rich opaqueness that you're looking for. So you don't have these spots that you can kind of see through. And the reason why I start lower and then I come up here and I fill everything else in and brush down is because when you put some down here, it helps the brush glide easier rather than starting up here and dragging it down a dry. I mean, there's that inhibition layer, but it's just easier to have a little bit down below because it helps it glide easier. Close that. And then I'm going to put that in for another 60 seconds. All right, that is all done. So now I'm going to grab my 168, which is my holographic glittery one. And I'm just going to go a little bit around the edges. So I want to do kind of like an ombre almost, but all the way around the edges. And then I'm going to drag it in to the center a little bit. And for the, well, I'll clean up my edge just a little bit here, because I did get some glitter. Oh, the trash guy is here. All right, so the next brush I'm going to use, it's another Kirsty Meakin one, and it's the Fay'd brush. And the bristles, they're a little bit thinner at the top, and that just helps get that effect. I'll spread them out a little bit here. I'm just going to pull it just a little bit. Just in. Because I don't want I don't really want a crisp edge. We want to give it that little bit of an ombre. So there's that. And I'm just going to put that in for another 60 seconds. While I'm doing that, I'll clean my brush off a little bit here. I'm not going to worry about doing a second coat of that, because I think it looks good just the way it is. I'm going to grab my art palette. You can see my nails glow under the LED light. I'm going to close that up. And once that finishes, I'm going to put some black on my palette. I don't want to do it right now because it'll set under the light if I do. And I don't want to have to clean. I've already got some clear coat on there that I need to clean off. All right. So that's that so far. All right, I'm going to put some black on my palette. And then I'm going to take my, it's a Young Nails micro detailer. And it's just got the tiniest, tiniest bristles. I mean, you can see. They're not even maybe a ½ inch bristles. There's only a few of them on there. And it's good for like really fine, fine detail work or lettering. So I'm going to start off with my P. And every letter I do, I'm going to flash cure. Just for a couple seconds. That way I don't accidentally wipe it off. All right. So there's the P. Coming up on my 2-year anniversary of doing nails. I believe May 28th, I'll have been doing them for 2 years. There's our PAM. I'm actually going to do 2 letters this time before I flash cure. Give it a flash cure real quick. All right, we've got Pamma. All right, so next we want to keep it small so that we can fit all of this lettering on there. I do not like that. That does not look good. And that is what happens when you get too much gel on your brush. You get fat letters. So I'm just going to take that right off of there. Super simple. If you mess up, you want to keep it tiny. There we go. That's a better R. I'm going to do another A. No, that one's a little chunky too. I'll flash cure that real quick. All right, so next we have a couple of Z's. And then I'm going to do the I real quick before I do another flash cure. I'm not going to put this heart on there. I just drew that because. All right. We need a little apostrophe. And our tiny little S. So there we have it, Pamarazzis. Okay, I'm gonna flash cure that, and then I'll do jewelry. And then we'll be done with that now. Super simple. All right. And doing lettering this tiny is definitely not easy, especially if you have a shaky hand, which I usually do. And I find myself wiping off a lot, but I'm also a little particular when it comes to doing stuff. So if I don't think something looks right, I wipe it a lot. I did a How the Grinch Stole Christmas set this last Christmas, and I did a little nail with Cindy Lou Who on it, and I wiped her face off probably a good 20 times before I was happy with it. probably sometime within the coming weeks, I'll do another character set for everybody. But there's so far. It's hard finding time to do stuff when I have a quiet house. Although you can probably hear my fish tank running in the background. No, I don't like that, so I'm going to wipe that off. I was shaking way too much for that. I'm just going to stay down here and do it. That might help a little bit. Oh yeah, that's way better. Got an L. No. I'm going to give that a full 60-second cure now. Clean my brush off so I don't accidentally cure it. And then I'm going to clean my palette off so I don't accidentally cure that on. Sorry for all the sniffles. I'm fighting a head cold. And when that is done curing, I'm going to take my Valentino Beauty Pure No Wipe Gel Top Coat. And you want to have a nice daub on there. All right, and then I'm going to put that in for a full 60 seconds. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to put the base coat on this second nail. let that base coat one cure. All right, so there is the first nail. I don't know if you can see the glitter sparkling. I can kind of see it. That's the first nail. All right, now for the second nail, this one doesn't have a number, but it's white, and it is also from VBP. And their colors, they have like the best opacity. I mean, you could potentially get a coverage, a good coverage with one coat. It's always a good idea to do 2 coats in case you like accidentally missed a spot, and it looks better if you do 2 coats. But as you can see, the opaqueness of this white is just, it's crazy. Make sure I get it all the way. When you're doing gel polish, it is always a really good idea to do thin coats, thin. And the reason being is if your light can't get through all of that, then I'm just going to clean up the edges again. If your light can't get through it, it's not going to cure, and you're going to get wrinkles. And that goes for if you're putting it, I'm going to give that 60 seconds because white is always a harder one to get cured. And then I'll do a second coat. But gel polish, I'll close that up so I can, oops. Is that coming off? There we go. If you look at the back of the bottle, you're probably not going to be able to see it, but right there, 30 to 60 seconds under UV LED. If you don't give it that full 60-second cure, usually with whites and blacks are the ones that you really want to give it that good 60-second cure, even between layers. The other colors usually is not too big a deal, but those ones tend to cure less, I guess, is how you want to, if you want to say it that way. They're harder to cure. But I mean, even with one coat, you can see how much or how good a coverage I got with that. I am, like I said, going to give it a second coat though, just so that I know it's covered good. I didn't have enough on my brush. Now for this nail, I like to do one nail with the company name or logo or whatever, and then one nail as like an art piece. So this nail, I'm going to create a piece of jewelry on. And with the length of the nail, I decided that a necklace would be the best option. So I will show you in just a second. I'm going to clean up that edge again. And then I'm going to put that in for 60 seconds and let that cure. And while that's curing, I'm going to show you what I have for my gems. All right, so I have these, which are just a diamond-ish type gem. I've got these, which are a pearl. I have my silver caviar beads. And I have my favorite color, some green gems, and I'm probably going to use one of these bigger ones. I think I want to use that one. That'll be the focal piece. And then, so a lot of times with the paparazzi jewelry, you'll get like a double stranded necklace. So one of the strands is going to be the pearls. It's going to have a pearl strand. And then the second one is going to have the gem at the bottom, and then it's going to have some of these coming down with some caviar beads thrown in. All right, I need... All right, so there's that. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my gem gel. Okay, so actually, I don't know why I cleaned my palette off. I'm going to take a teeny tiny bit of black and wipe off my bottle because I made a mess. And this black, I'm just going to use to make a couple of lines. So I need my liner brush. And this is just another a Kirsty Meakin brush. It's the Lily liner, and it is, excuse me, the longest one out of her liner brushes. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take some of this black, and I'm going to make my lines so I know where my gems are going to go. That one. And like I said, we're going to have a double necklace. So this is going to come down like this. And then this side. Just like that. I'm just going to give that a quick 10-second flash cure. I'll clean my liner brush. All right. So now that I know where my stuff is going to go, I think what I want to do, open up my gem gel. And this, what I'm using for the gem gel, it's just the Young Nails base gel. It tends to stick the best. So I'm gonna do my pearls first, and I think the pearls I'm gonna do here on the outer one because it's longer, and then I'm gonna put my big gem right here, and then I'll do my little diamond-ish gems here. Alright, what size do I want to use? I will use, hopefully I don't get them everywhere. Technical difficulties, hold on. Alright, now that I got it open without spilling it, I'm not sure how many I'm gonna need. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna just drag a little bit along that line. I need tweezers. Mm. That's what it looks like so far. Trying to get the stickiness onto my tweezers so I don't have to pinch pick them up, you know. There we go. That's a couple of them. Get them all in the right spot. I think I'm going to give that a flash cure. All right. Now I'm going to take and I'm going to do the other side. Don't really need a lot of gel. Trying to make sure I keep it in camera view for you guys. So that's 5. And we want to make sure when we put these on, we do it as evenly as possible. So like right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on this side. So we want to do 7 on this side as well. Oops. That one has a little defect. I don't want to use that one. All right. Push those down just a tiny bit. Fix that. Straighten everything out. One more. If I can get, there we go. Get it to cooperate. Yeah, I think that looks pretty even. Just gonna give it, push them out just a teeny bit this way, because that other side has a slight curve to it. So I want to make sure that they both have curves. All right. I'm gonna give that a full 30-second cure. With this gel, shouldn't have it near the light like that. With this gel, it usually takes at least 60 seconds to cure, but 30 seconds right now is fine. And I think I want to put a big one at the bottom. So let me see here. Whoops. How would a big one look? I suppose a big one would look all right. And I could fill in with a couple of gems. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take a tiny bit of the glue again, or the gel. A little gem flipped over here, which it doesn't want to. Come on. Oh, you brat. Okay. All right, there's that. So I'm going to do another 30 seconds. I am happy with that. Get those out of the way. All right, so for my tinier gems, these ones I will use. I'm going to use a slightly larger one. A couple of them, if I can get them out. There's one, and there's 2. All right, and that is just to flip over. They're wicked cute. just to fill in that little gap. I'm going to fill in this gap here. Oops, I was just throwing stuff. I guess that size is a little too big. All right, I'll click that off of there. I'm going to grab something a little smaller. Hopefully that one should work. Stay on there. Nope, it's not. Brush that extra gel out of there. Your swipe should work just fine to get any excess gel off that you don't want in the way. Alright, I guess I need something a little smaller. Two more tiny dots here. There we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to flash cure, and then I'm going to do a little bit of a top coat. Just so that I know these gems aren't going to move anywhere. I'm just going to go along the edges. And that'll just help fill in any gaps. Wait for that to level out. Give that a 30-second cure. So not a complete full cure, just to make sure it's not gonna go anywhere. And then I'm gonna grab, because I want to work. These are not easy to open. I want to work from the statement gem and out. Whoop. Thought I lost it for a second there. That's a cute little gem. And all of these gems I just got right off of Amazon. And they were fairly inexpensive, so Okay, so that gem I'm going to put right here. I'm going to put some caviar beads around it, and then I'm going to work my way up with more of these guys here. So I'm going to grab some of that gel so I can make a sticky spot for it. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to stick it right there. I can get it to stay. Give it a flash cure. I'm going to throw a glove on real quick, just because I want to prep my caviar beads. Actually, I suppose I can just do it on this. Okay. So I have this cute little palette. I'm just going to take some of this. I'm going to put it right on my palette. Clean my brush off so I don't accidentally have too much gel in it. And then I'm going to take my tiny, tiny little caviar beads. And I'm just going to swirl that around. Throw them in the glue there. And a little bit more. Oops. Or a lot of bit more. And this will help me get full coverage on these beads. There. Get that out of the way. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some beads from here. And I'm just going to put them on here. Thinking I should probably put some glue around it, huh? So what I'm doing is I'm just surrounding that gem with a few caviar beads. Because we want it to be pretty, pretty, pretty. If I could pick some of these beads up. that's what we've got so far. So pretty. All right, I'm gonna give that a 30-second cure. Get these little jemmies off of my palette. You always want to make sure you clean your palette when you're done so you don't get anything stuck on it. All right, and then next, I'm going to do some more of, these. I think let me take this off because I don't need that anymore. All right, last little bit here. Just like the last lines, I'm just going to drag a little bit down. Alright, put some bigger ones here. Just slowly downsize. Push that one up a little bit. There we go. Grab that one. Sometimes this can actually be relaxing, and other times it can be the most frustrating thing in the world. Alright, and then I need one more of these ones. Oops, it's too many. No. And then I'm going to go to the smallest one I have. Pull some out here. And they're stuck together. Stop sticking together. Darn it. Okay. Oh, shoot, where'd it go? Telling you, see? Okay, well, I'll give up on you there. And put your friend on. Don't fall. There, got a little one. Let's do that. Use the side I'm supposed to use. And use your pointy end to just kind of manipulate them a little bit. I need one more for that side. Trying to work as fast as I can without messing anything up here, like I just did. I need a couple more. Get off of my pointer. No. Okay. All right. So there's that, and I'm going to put that in and cure it. I'm going to give it 30 seconds, and then I'll do the top coat and give it a full 60. Close my stuff up here. All right, and then you're going to take your top coat. You don't really want to get too much on the gems because it does kind of take away from the sparkle a bit. But this one, I want to make sure they stay on. Seriously, a piece of hair. Alright, let's try this again. I'm gonna go over the whole thing because I want to make sure they stay on. If it were on someone's actual fingernail, like I was doing someone's nails and I did a set like this with gems and stuff, I wouldn't go over the gems, only because it takes away from the shininess. Alright, I'm going to put that in for 60 seconds. Get my surface cleaned up just a tiny bit here. Oh, my stuff moved out of the way. Don't really need that anymore. And again, these are the brushes I used. Oops. I used the Fay'd brush for the ombre on the pink one. The Cassidy one stroke I used just as like a cleanup. And the Lily liner is the one I used to make the lines on the necklace piece. And then my Young Nails micro detailer is the one I used for the lettering. I also used 154 of the Miami Vibes collection from Valentino Beauty Pure. 168 white and 048, which is black, and it's all Valentino. And there's that. So here we have our two pieces. Oh, I love them. I love the green. I'm a green lover. My favorite. Well, thanks you guys for watching, and I hope you watch some more upcoming videos. I'm going to be doing Small Business Saturday every week. If I forget a week, don't forget to yell at me. Bye!